Fresh back from the Longevity Convention in North Carolina, where the weather is finer. 1,100 people, more or less, were there. 1,100 people sick and tired of being sick and tired and broke. 1,100 people taking action every day in their families, in their communities, in their towns, in order to bring people into the light of science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. The simple fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, that we have been brainwashed by the pharmaceutical industry, brainwashed by conventional medicine, brainwashed by the media to believe that the medical doctor has the secret decoder ring to all things medical and everybody else is a back-of-the-bus quack with substandard training. It's a lie. And while we have given ourselves over to the men and the women in the white coats with the MDs after their names, our health has gone to hell in a handbasket. We're not getting healthier, we're getting sicker. We're not living longer, we're living shorter. Chronic disease has not been tamed. It is on the loose. Obesity, arthritis, type 2 diabetes, autism, Alzheimer's, cancer, rising. After $20 billion a year for 30 years of cholesterol-lowering statin drugs, fat-free diets, and exercise, heart disease rates have remained unchanged. After $1 trillion of money spent on cancer research, the cure for cancer remains elusive. Not because cancer treatment is difficult or elusive, but because we have given the research money and the reins to cure cancer to the profession that doesn't even know how to cure heartburn, to the profession that doesn't even know how to cure high blood pressure, to the profession that doesn't know how to cure anything. Of all the prescription medications that exist in the world right now, the only medications that cure anything are antibiotics. Ask yourself this question. If your medical doctor doesn't know how to cure heartburn, how successful do you think they're going to be at curing your insomnia, your infertility, your blood pressure, your anything? Well, I've got news for you. Zero. That's how effective they're going to be, and that's why this country is going bankrupt. That's why Canada is going bankrupt. That's why the United Kingdom is going bankrupt. Because of medical bills. What's the most expensive medicine? The one that doesn't work. My profession, the naturopathic profession, is in the minority. My profession is currently licensed and regulated in 18 states. 18 states. 18. That's 18 out of 50 in the United States. We don't have a free medical market. We haven't had a free medical market since the early 1900s. The MDs are a self-regulating, self-policing industry. And even when they fail us, even when they harm us, even when they bankrupt us, and even when they kill us, we go back for more. Not because we're stupid, not because we're masochistic, but because we simply don't know there are any alternatives. And who is it that keeps you from accessing chiropractic? Who is it that keeps you from accessing homeopathic? Who is it that keeps you from accessing Ayurveda? Who is it that keeps you from accessing traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncture? Who is it that keeps you from accessing naturopathic medicine? Your MD. Your MD has locked down, guarded, bolted, and wedged the door of access to medicine and only allows people with the MD insurance card into their club. Does your medical insurance pay for anything but MD-directed treatments? A little bit of chiropractic. Emphasis on little bit. This is a problem. Because when people are sick, they're scared. When people are up against a health issue, whether it's acute or chronic, something must be done. So what do? They go to the only show in town. The only medicine that your hospital practices is MD medicine. The only medicine your insurance pays for, MD medicine. The only medicine you know anything about, MD medicine. So you got to go somewhere. And no, don't go to those chiropractors, those naturopaths, those homeopaths. They're quacks. Isn't that what you've been taught? Isn't that the cultural meme? Isn't that the subconscious underground message? It is. And you've fallen for it hook, line, and sinker. And look where it's gotten you. And look how bad it is. Look around your church. How many people are healthy? How many people have good, healthy body weights? How many people are not taking any prescription medication? How many people can sleep through the night? How many people can walk, around the block? How many people can walk 18 holes on a golf course? How many people can bend over and pick up their grandchildren or their children? How many people are healthy? How many people are strong? Did I hear you say 0? Well, the youngest amongst us are, but that's not going to last for long. The highest incidence of arthritis, believe it or not, is in people under 35 years of age. This is a runaway train. It is a problem that is unrecognized. Well, the problem is recognized, but the 1 billion pound gorilla sitting in the middle of the United States, and quite frankly, that has its arms wrapped around the entire planet, is the simple, unrecognized reality that MD-directed medical treatment for chronic disease does not work. It is a failed methodology. If you had a bullet in your arm, you wouldn't go to a chiropractor. If you needed a kidney removed because it had become gangrenous because of an infection, you would not go to an acupuncturist. You'd have to go to the surgeon. You need the right dog for the hunt. Well, in a perfect world, it would be illegal for anybody with an MD after their name to treat a chronic disease because their treatments for chronic disease are ineffective. A chiropractor's treatment for a bullet in your arm is ineffective. An acupuncturist treatment for an infected gangrenous kidney is ineffective. You need the right dog for the right hunt. But we have been socialized to believe from 100 years of pharmaceutical profiteering propaganda that the MD is the only person for everything. And this is the biggest mistake that we make, is giving our trust to a man or a woman with an MD after their name if we're suffering from a chronic illness. And remember, it's not the drug, it's how it's used. It's not the gun, it's how it's used. There's never been one incidence in all of human history where a gun has gotten up out of the shelf, jumped off of the gun rack all by itself, and shot somebody. A gun is a tool. A drug is a tool. You can use a gun appropriately. You can use a drug appropriately. You can use a gun inappropriately. You can use a drug inappropriately. The bad fact of the matter, the simple fact of the matter, the undiscussed fact of the matter is that the way that your medical doctor is trained to use drugs is inappropriate. That's why we're getting sicker and sicker and sicker, because the way that the MDs are trained to use drugs is old-fashioned, outdated, and out of sync with the reality of what it is to be a human being. The drug is never intended to cure the condition unless it's an antibiotic. The drug is intended to manage the symptoms. It's like painting over the mold in the basement. You don't smell it anymore, you don't see it anymore, but it's still there. And it's only a matter of time until it pops through the paint because it's growing. It's still there. And that's why after a little while, you need to up the dose. You need a second or a third or a fourth prescription medication to bolster the effects of the first one, because your MD is clueless, unconcerned with the operative process which generated the disease in the first place. Your medical doctor may be the nicest person God ever created, But your medical doctor does not know and does not care what causes high blood pressure, does not know, does not care what causes heartburn, does not know, does not care what causes arthritis, does not know, does not care what causes cancer, because they're trained to manage the symptoms with drugs. Period. That's it. End of story. Now, you want to roll those dice? Go right ahead. You certainly have access to it. You think it's a free country, but it's not. If it were a free country, you'd have access to naturopathic medicine, chiropractic medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, acupuncture, homeopathy, herbalism. But you do not. You have access to the men and the women in the white coats, under whose care you, your family, your friends, your church members, your community members are getting sicker and broker every single week. Enough is enough. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and broke, guess what? There is a way out of the desert of disease management, brought to you by conventionally trained MDs and the pharmaceutical industry. drglidden.com is where you need to go. This radio show is what you need to advocate to everybody in your life. Texas is up next when we come back. Stick around.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common-sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
Ted Anderson telling you about Jordan Rubin's Beyond Organic Green-Fed Raw Cheddar Artesian Cheese featuring whole milk created through ancient dairy breeding, unpasteurized, untreated whole milk on the same farm the cows graze, containing natural sources of omega-3s, CLA protein, calcium, probiotics, and enzymes. I have never tasted cheese this good, and you need to try it. Contact your Youngevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com.
Moshe Tag in Texas is up first. Hey, Moshe, welcome aboard. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. I'm calling about my dad today. His English is really limited, and he's at work right now, so I'll have him listen to the recording of this from the GCN website. But he's got a lot of issues, and he's been suffering for over a decade now, and he really is at the end of his ropes now. He just wants to know what's causing all of this and how to end it. It all started back in 2010. He started noticing a pain in his chest, breast area. So they did a checkup, a PET scan, I believe, and they saw the lymph nodes might have been, swollen, I think. So they did a biopsy on the lymph nodes. There's two separate ones. One is a right pterotracheal lymph node. Another one is a cervical lymph node. And I'm looking at the pathology lab results right now, and they have been diagnosed with anthrarchotic change, which I looked up, and it seems to be something about smoking or snus. And he's been a smoker most of his life. They did, again, a follow-up PET scan in 2012, and that shows pretty much the same thing for the hypermetabolic lymph nodes. It's slightly decreased in size, but the three new diagnoses from that new PET scan in 2012 show mild spondylosis of the spine, scattered atherosclerotic vascular calcification, and atelectasis/scarring in the right middle lobe, right middle lung. So those are the main things he's dealing with, plus a lot of other symptoms that are, I'm thinking, mainly caused by these issues.
Well, okay, so he needs bone support. He needs immune system support for the lymph nodes. He needs lung support, right? These are basically three things that are at play here. When we see calcifications anywhere in the body, that's because of a deficiency in magnesium and too much free radicals, right? Too many free radicals roaming through the blood closet causing inflammation, and then you get calcium deposition. You get cholesterol deposition. You get clogged arteries and veins in different parts of the body. So he needs bone support. He needs immune support. He needs lung support. And, we're, thankfully, inside of the domain of science-based, clinically verified, holistic medicine, we can touch all three of these areas with more or less the same therapeutic intervention, because remember, this is based on the supposition that everything in the body is connected, that the body is a system of interrelated parts, not a machine made of separate parts, a system of interrelated parts. So when we help the bones, we help the immune system. When we help the immune system, we help the bones. When we help the lungs, it's like that. Everything's connected. So how old is your dad, and how much does he weigh?
There's actually a few other symptoms I would like to mention that are kind of separate from this, if you don't mind.
Okay, shoot.
He's got a lot. Yeah, he's got a lot of stress in his life, and he suffers from anxiety, panic attacks, depression. Starts constantly sweating when he's stressed out. And then relating to the spondylosis of the spine, he's got a lot of neck pain, and there's a lot of crunchy sounds when he moves his neck around, and he always wants someone to massage it, or he even says it feels like he slept on concrete after waking up in the morning.
I hate it when that happens.
He's got a lot of bone and joint pain. He's got a lot of burning sensations and pains in his thigh muscles, low energy, a lot of burps and bloating after meals. he's got this weird sensation on his scalp, like if someone's pulling his hair. And then something else that's interesting is he's got a cold intolerance. Not if someone's going to touch him and feel that he's cold, but usually he's got like an extra layer going on.
All right, hold on. We're up against the hard break, Moshe. We'll come back afterwards and finish this up with you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. Stick around. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for health, talking to Moshe Tog in Texas about his father. Moshe, are you still with me? Hold on here. Moshe, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. So the cold intolerance and things like that are a distinction which I can only address strange, rare, and peculiar symptoms like that in the context of a private appointment, because in order for me to sift through data like that, I need to do a full-blown classical homeopathic workup. But notwithstanding that, right? But here's, I can help you with everything else. You know, we can get your father into the ballpark here, but here's what I would like the listening audience to understand. How old's your dad?
49.
All right, so for 49 years, your father has been under the care of conventionally trained medical doctors. And while he's been under the care of conventionally trained medical doctors, his body has become a train wreck. He has pain all of the time. He has digestive issues all of the time. He has a cold intolerance all of the time. He is anxious. He's depressed. He has lung pathology. He has immunopathology. He has pathology in his arteries and in his bones and in his joints, while he's been taking the advice of the MDs, taking the advice of conventionally trained medical people. He's a train wreck, and he's not alone. Everybody in the world is in a similar situation to a greater or to a lesser extent. So why do we continue to buy medical insurance? Why do we continue to support these people? Because while we have been following their lead, we're getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I don't know why we do it. We can postulate reasons, but it's ultimately irrelevant. The single fact of the matter is that everybody is sick in this country. And even though we're getting sicker and sicker, we give the MDs a pass. We continue to pay medical insurance premiums. We continue to go to them for lab work. We continue to go for them for advice. And we do not hold them responsible. It is unbelievable to me how we can do this, how we let this happen, why we don't raise up and fire all the medical doctors, because it's their fault. Your father is sick because the MDs dropped the ball, period. Somebody's responsible. The MDs will tell you, oh, you know, your father has been eating all the wrong food and not taking the correct prescription medication his entire life. Baloney. Your father is sick while he was under their care. The Twin Towers were attacked in New York while George Bush was president. It was his fault. It was his responsibility. He dropped the ball. Nobody calls him on it. I don't know. Maybe this is some Russian mind control satellite. It's making us all, you know, give the people at the top a pass. Give the 3% a pass. I don't think so. Not on my watch. So look. What we need to start with your father, has he done any of the longevity stuff so far or not yet?
He actually just took the digestive start pack back in December, January, but, you know, he didn't follow up with it and he kind of let it go. And now he's really, you know, I've been preaching the stuff that you've been saying, and now he's, you know,
He's ready and willing finally to really take it seriously and move forward. Well, okay. Yeah. All right. So here's what we need to do. And, you know, that's our parents' generation, right? It's a generational thing. My parents didn't listen to me, so don't feel bad. So, number one, he's got to stop eating all 10 bad foods, period. No whining, no crying, no backbiting. You just stop eating the 10 bad foods, period. So how much does he weigh, by the way?
160.
160. All right. So I would give him 2 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. At one of those, I would have with the Beyond Tangy Tangerine powder, and the other one I would have with the Beyond Tangy Tangerine tablets. Okay? So the Healthy Pack with the liquid calcium, one with the powdered tangy, and the other with the tablet tangy. I'd give him 2 of those a month. I would give him 3 selenium a month, 3 selenium a month, 2 digestive enzymes a month, 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals a month, 3 selenium, 2 digestive enzymes, 2 plant-derived minerals a month, and 1 extra bottle of liquid calcium a month. I would also give him the CM cream for pain, and I would get the CM cream and I would mix it, 1 jar of CM cream with 15 drops of peppermint oil and 2 teaspoons of the Good Herbs Bone and Tissue Support, Good Herbs Bone and Tissue Support. 1 jar of CM cream, 15 drops of peppermint oil, and 2 teaspoons of the Bone and Tissue Support. Mix that all in with the CM cream and have him apply the CM cream topically to his neck, to his joints that are in pain. And usually that's able to make a difference, a little bit of a difference, sometimes a lot of bit of a difference for 2, 3, 4 hours. So he would use that as needed to kind of knock down and manage the pain topically, externally, while we are waiting internally for the stuff to kick in. You should also teach him the lymphatic breathing. Teach him how to do the lymphatic breathing and have him work up to doing the lymphatic breathing for 15 minutes twice a day, 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening. He's got to work up to that slowly. Otherwise, he's going to get lightheaded and he'll throw it away. So work him up to it slowly, 2-3 minutes when he begins, and then every week you go up 2 or 3 minutes until you're at the 15-minute mark twice a day. That's what I would do for the first 90 days, Moshe, plus the diet. And, good for you for not backing down. And good for you for continuing to be a fly in the ointment here. And good for you for continuing to attempt to enroll everybody in your life into the country, the undiscovered country of science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. Have your father give us a call back in a couple of months with a report. I will look forward to it. From Texas to Minnesota, we're going to talk to Brenda about infertility issues, I think. Let me see if I can get this to work. Hey, Brenda. Thanks for the call. You are live. What's up?
Hi, Dr. Glidden. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
So I have a close friend who she's got a few different things going on. She's suffered with infertility for about 7 years. She did have 1 child, but is continuing to suffer with the infertility. She recently had a surgery on June 16th to clean out stage 1 endometriosis, as well as reposition her uterus. And they put in a mesh sling for incontinence issues. And so since the surgery, she has been having tingling in her arms and her legs. And that is just since the surgery. And she's also had, when she wakes up in the morning, she said it's a weird feeling like her spine feels swollen and her fingers are swollen. And then she also, as long as she can remember, she's kind of self-diagnosed herself with Raynaud's disease, that her hands are always just cold, like ice cold.
Well, okay, so how many of these symptoms have showed up post-surgery?
Post-surgery, it's the tingling and the swelling.
Okay. So, right, I mean, the first thing to consider there is that it was the surgery that caused it because, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So, was the surgery effective at all? I mean, did the surgery help anything?
I'm not sure yet. I think a little bit, but I think now she just knows that something is off. Something is just not right.
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, well, first things first, for infertility is a lot easier than most people think it is to get on the other side of. And the basic supposition here, which is borne out by clinical experience, that the main reason people don't get pregnant is because of the wisdom of the body. The body knows how many nutrients it has. The body knows how many nutrients it needs. The body knows what's going on. So if the body does not have enough essential nutrients to maintain a pregnancy, the body will either miscarry or just not get pregnant in the first place, because it knows that it's going to abort or miscarry anyway. So what the heck? So the body will fight the pregnancy because the body is nutritionally starved. It doesn't have the resources to be able to do it. So the first, second, and third things that we do for 6 months for anybody dealing with infertility is eliminate the 10 bad foods, right? And the 90 essential nutrients appropriate for body weight. That's it. So the easiest way to do that, or the most effective way, efficient way to do that, in my opinion, is the Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. One Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And if she's over 150 pounds, I would give her a 200-pound dose. So that's one. It's a Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. One of those, one bottle of plant-derived minerals, and 2 bottles of selenium. 1 plant-derived minerals, 2 bottles of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month. Eliminate the 10 bad foods. Have her do that for 6 months, and then attempt to get pregnant. And I'm going to bet you 25 cents that she will. Now, the husband needs to have the sperm checked to see whether or not the sperm are healthy and active and strong. Because sometimes it's the man and it's not the woman. Most of the time.
I think that they've done that.
Well, okay, so if he's good, then she's the one that needs the help. But be advised, from our point of view, 100% of birth defects are caused by nutrient deficiencies in the blood of the pregnant mother, and they're the fault of the obstetrician. So when she does ultimately get pregnant, she must maintain the discipline with the nutrients all the way through the pregnancy, right?
Okay.
And so that's it. That's what we do for that. Now, in the meantime, for everything else, it's hard to say because there are a lot of moving parts here. So generally speaking, the only other thing that I would give to her based on her history would be the glucogel. I would give her some glucogel. I would give her some soft tissue support. And the recommendation there is 1 capsule of the glucogel tablets per 10 pounds per day. So if she's 150 pounds, she takes 15 glucogel a day, 5 with breakfast, 5 with lunch, 5 with dinner. If she's 180 pounds, she does 18 a day, right? Mm-hmm. So just do the math, figure out how many bottles to buy. Longevity sells that in a 240 count and 120 count. So that's what I would do if I were her, to support and promote her body's ability to have healthy, soft tissue and be healthy enough to, number 1, get pregnant, and number 2, support the pregnancy moving forward. You might want to send her a link to the video that I did on gluten, right, and the 10 bad foods, because a lot of times in this culture, people hem and haw against that, and they don't want to do it. It's really important that she dials the diet in here in order to increase our chances of success. Thanks for the call, Brenda. You're awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Rebecca in Colorado is up next. Stick around. Finishing up today's show in the great state of Colorado. Hey, Rebecca, thanks for the call. You are live.
Hi. I was wondering what would be the best thing to do for an inoperable brain tumor that I have. I do chemo 1 week out of the month for management. We've kept the tumor stable for the last year and a half, but I would really like to get rid of it.
Well, here's the problem, and I would like to get rid of it too, right? I mean, so in a perfect world, Rebecca, there would be homeopathic cancer treatment centers all over the world. There would be naturopathic, Ayurvedic cancer treatment centers all over the world. And we will be able to give you and everybody else a statistical understanding of, well, you've got this type of a brain cancer, it's at this stage. You've got this type of breast cancer, it's at this stage. You've got this type of whatever cancer, it's at this stage. And here's what we have gotten with results, right? These are the results that we've secured with this. And then you could compare that to conventional medical doctors. And for most forms of adult onset cancer, whether it's brain cancer or anything else, conventional medical treatments don't work. They fail. So we can't do that because we don't know, because we don't have a free medical market. And the only people that really treat cancer in an upfront, above board clinical way are the MDs. So now here's what I know about it. There's a homeopathic doctor in India who has a relatively high success rate at treating brain cancer, and this is with people in India, right? And they don't do anything else. All that they do is homeopathy. They don't do herbs or vitamins or anything else. Some of his patients have had chemo, some have had radiation, some have had surgery, some haven't. And I believe his success rate is above 50%. So, I can check on those statistics for you, but I do his therapeutic. I follow his therapeutics. So the only thing that I can advise for this would be call my office, set up an appointment, and I'll give you the statistical breakdown of what the percentages of success here are. But in the meantime, you need to do a Google search for Dr. Brzezinski, B-U-R. Z like zebra, Y-N-S-K-I, I think, Brzezinski. I interviewed Dr. Brzezinski. You can find that interview somewhere on my website. He has a clinic in Texas that specializes in brain cancer, and they have a pretty remarkable success rate. So I would call Brzezinski's clinic in Texas. I would see what he can offer you. Consider doing the homeopathic treatment through my office. You also want to do a Google search for new German medicine, or maybe it's German new medicine. I think it's German new medicine, because the German new medical practitioners have a very interesting take on why brain cancer happens in the first place. So I would inform myself about what you can do moving forward. Check out German new medicine. Check out Dr. Brzezinski's clinic in Texas. Give my office a call. We can start a homeopathic treatment if you feel so inclined. In the meantime, everybody needs medical nutrition. Your body needs the 90 essential nutrients. It does. So if I were you right now, I would start feeding my body appropriately. I would eliminate the 10 bad foods that no human being should eat. You can get that list free on my website, drglidden.com. And every month, what I would take into my body to support and promote the structure and function of my body's overall health, I would do the Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. I do one Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid, one bottle of plant minerals, one bottle of plant minerals, 2 bottles of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month. That's 2 selenium, 1 plant minerals, 1 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And then I would do 4 bottles of Z like zebra radical, 4 bottles of Z radical a month. Eliminate the 10 bad foods, take those supplements into your body every day. And in the meantime, do some research, follow your intuition, and find out what you can do in addition to what you're already doing to give your body a fighting chance. I appreciate the phone call. God willing and the creek don't rise. We'll see you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Until then, live long and prosper.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771. non-attorney spokesperson. Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market, the gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Are you worried about your mom or dad living alone in their house? Hi, I'm Joan London. Listen, I know how difficult it is to find senior care for someone you love. That's why I recommend a free service called A Place for Mom. They are the nation's largest senior living referral service. Call A Place for Mom today.
To receive free information on senior living communities in your area, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-704-6182.
A Place for Mom offers free one-on-one advice from local advisors and a personalized list of senior living communities you can visit. If you have questions about senior care for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers, A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom in the next 10 minutes to get your free ebook on financing senior care as well as free information on senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-704-6182. That's 1-800-704-6182.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
Removing bad taste and odor from your drinking water is easy. Removing the bad stuff you don't taste is what ProPure does best. Water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of ProPure countertop, inline, gravity, and household water filtration products. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com or call 800-544-3533.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and negative articles can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? ReputationDefender.com can help protect your good name. Get a free consultation now. Call 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis analysis from ReputationDefender.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com today.
Today, more than ever, it's imperative that you protect your digital privacy. EDEC Digital Forensics, Signal Blocking, Anti-Radiation, Anti-Surveillance Faraday Bags shield the contents of your phones, tablets, and key fobs from 4G, Wi-Fi, GPS, Bluetooth, NFC, and more. Find us at edecdf.com/radio or call us now at 805-222-4584. That's 805-222-4584. Radio listeners get 20% off your order.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Water is the single most important thing your body needs, so you want to be sure it's the best for you and your family. Since 2005, thousands have depended on Berkey purified water. The Berkey Guy provides the lowest priced filtration systems in every size for incredibly delicious water now and in an emergency. Get to GoBerkey.com or call 877-886-3653. 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help, so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
This is David Cordani, CEO of Cigna. For more than 20 years, Cigna has worked with the March of Dimes to address premature births in the U.S. Premature births cause horrible suffering and cost billions of dollars each year. That's why Cigna is committed to raising funds and awareness through our employees, family, and friends to improve the health of moms and babies. Please join us in supporting the March for Babies. Start your team today at marchforbabies.org.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
My dad was 59 when he collapsed from a heart attack late last year. Just this past August was when we spread his ashes on the St. Croix River. I loved my dad, but boy was he stubborn. He hadn't been to the doctor in over 25 years. His excuse? He simply couldn't afford it. He wasn't a rich man by any means. At less than $107 per month, libertyoncall.org would have been the perfect alternative for my father. Don't wait. Go to libertyoncall.org right now, for not just your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones. Again, that's libertyoncall.org.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market, the gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.